name's Cody Lecoy, and I'm a painter, a muralist, and also learning to carve as well. I'd say I place the creative expression at the forefront of my values, and it's something that has been a vehicle to express and understand my identity. I think before I came to art, it was something that I grappled with and didn't quite understand where I stood in the world. But as I made art and developed confidence and just a deeper appreciation of my roots and being able to express that and add upon the traditions and the knowledge that were passed on, it gave me a standing within, first of all, my own identity, an appreciation for my family and the upbringing I had, and then the community beyond that. A lot of it has to do with technological mediation on ourselves and how that influences perception and the way we go about in the world. It can kind of be daunting as an individual to be amongst a sea of people and viewpoints, but by being able to express my own worldview through my art, it really situates my own uniqueness and story as opposed to the uniformity that exists with technology. I like surrealism because it allows me to portray those subjective feelings that I have with the world, and then to express those feelings and thoughts through colors and tone and texture and atmosphere. In my mind, I'm able to portray inner states amongst external environments within the same plane, and I really like trying to get that across. As much as it's individual expression of my story and upbringing and those are around me that have influenced that, I would say the impact that I would like to share also goes to the root of universal commonalities that we share, and that within the world we are at a time of great connectivity and the ability to share thoughts and stories and reflections on the world. And instead of being at a place where people are pitted against each other and there's this sort of binary thinking of right and wrong on any subject, my hope is that the art I make serves to show common ground where people can come together within subjects and concepts that affect all of us within this time period. In my own practice, I've had to take a step back and also look at my process of image making and how I'll be using references on a phone, and I'll be looking through the world through a handheld device and getting there's only so much you can get from that. It's really just a mental picture. I've had the experience of being able to say visit old growth forests and really appreciate how everything's connected there, how the older trees that fall to the ground floor become nutrients, and then they become spread, and then new life comes up through that, and all the animals that are within that ecosystem. You really have to be there to experience it, as opposed to looking it up on a phone and trying to get the same feel. It's just not the same. I primarily use just acrylic paint mixed with water, and yeah, that's the basis. And for outdoor mural work, I primarily stick to same acrylic latex paint and done with brushes. My partner and I have been able to really develop a, a basis of skill for that, and also been able to work collaboratively on what it takes to fill large scale works. I've really incorporated into my practice the ability to take the mental, the mind aspects of yourself, and then pair that with the body and the emotional side. And in the end, I do view it as a spiritual practice, in the sense that you're taking psychic energy that you're thinking of during the day, daydreaming, or any thought you have that captivates your attention and makes you feel moved in some sort of way, to carry that with you into the painting and try to recreate those experiences and emotions while you're painting. So for me, it's a all encompassing act of the mind, body, emotion, and spirit. So a lot of my work that I draw inspiration from comes from those moments that transcend the day to day and bring me into that point of inspiration that makes me excited to work out on the canvas. So a lot of hiking and camping and meditation, and also just physical exertions that push the body to a point where the mind is in a flow state. There was one project that I did alongside my partner, and it was a table, and it was a feast table that was made at a university on the Penticton Indian Reserve. And it was very special because my dad and my brother created it. And it's at a center that is bringing Indigenous knowledge forward through knowledge keepers and students. And it was a special time because the art making for me has really deepened a better sense of who I am. And that took a period of being away from my family, discovering what I was interested in, and developing it, and then being able to share that with my family, and then the community at large was really coming full circle in a way. And we ended up being able to have a ceremony and a feast on the table. So it was also very functional in bringing people together and sharing stories and sharing a meal. For me, I'd like to continue in that tradition, and look towards making art that connects to community and to tradition, and in a way that honors the past, but also expands and innovates from what has been passed down. So it makes you feel grateful just to be a part of that lineage. And the art you make isn't your own, but it's informed by those that have taught you, those that have raised you, and those that are in the community living those values. So the art reinforces those values and celebrates it in a way that goes beyond the individual artist.